Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Options on micro E-mini Nasdaq-100 and S&P 500 futures are now available. Joining me to discuss what this means for investors is Tim McCourt, global head of equity index and alternative investment products at CME Group. Tim, it's finally here. Welcome back to Trade Talks.
Yeah, thanks, Jill. Great to be here. A long day, day long in the making. It's really been a lot of fun this morning. Great to have micro options out there in the marketplace today.
So Tim, tell us how active futures traders can use this product and how it benefits them.
Yeah, that's a great question. And Jill, as you know, we've talked about on the show a few times. It's the benefits and advantages to the active individual trader, as well as all market participants, are very similar to that of the micro E-mini futures. The micro options are 1/10 the size of their classic older sibling big brother E-mini options. And what that does is that smaller contract value allows for a more precise trading, whether they're scaling their index exposure up or down, or they may be hedging existing exposure, or just want to access the market. Much more approachable size contract, and they can deploy all the kind of common trading strategies they've been doing, but just with a little bit less capital out of pocket, but the same broad-based equity index exposure to global equity benchmarks such as the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq-100.
Yeah, and the micro and the minis have really been performing well.
Yeah, it's been an amazing success story for the micro E-mini futures. With over 350 million contracts trading since launch back in May of 2019, back when we were together at MarketSite in person. But it's been a lot of fun since that day, and even today on day one with the micro options. We're a little bit more than halfway through the trading day. More than 1,400 option contracts have traded so far, which is an amazing feature for options. So option markets can be a little bit more challenging to launch given all the strike permutations and maturities. But well on our way to a successful day one, and it's been a lot of fun to watch so far.
Tim, if someone is trading equity options or ETFs today, how would you transition to futures and options?
That's a great question. If you're already a active trader in the equity ecosystem, whether you're trading E-mini or micro-sized futures or ETF options, micro E-mini options at CME are a natural complement to your existing trading strategies. Very similar to how you can trade ETF options or other single stock options, but since there's futures based, they're a little bit different in terms of the capital treatment, in terms of the capital efficiency you can get, as well as the tax treatment because they're broad-based indices, and they sit inside your futures account. So it's just trading one position, a lot easier to track and keep track of from a cost basis and a tax perspective. So it's really not that different, but certainly what is different is if you are trading ETF options, when you trade micro E-mini options, you get all the benefits that futures products provide over that of the ETFs or single stock securities-based offerings.
How have CME Group's equity index products as a whole been trading this year?
It's been a great year for equity index products at CME Group. Because of the volatility we've seen in the first half of the year, we're certainly on a record pace for 2020. Things have slowed down a little bit here in the summer, which is not necessarily surprising. But when we look back, what we've seen is market participants have continually traded not only to micro E-mini futures, but E-mini futures as well as looking to manage their risk across, and that's across the globe. The Nasdaq 100 remains a kind of a red hot trade in the marketplace, which we've also talked about before. They're having another banner year where it seems like 2020 will improve on 2019, which improved on 2018 for Nasdaq. So that's great to see. And we're really happy with what we've been able to deliver to the marketplace in terms of increasing the risk management for customers, while also giving them the opportunity to trade and access the markets during these unique times.
All right, Tim, great to see you as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jill.
And thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.